Hey guys, welcome to my first YouTube video that I'm uploading on my channel. I haven't thought of a name yet. By the time I upload this, it will already have a name, but this is basically my first YouTube channel where I will not be cutting anything. Maybe I might put a few filters to maybe demonstrate a point, but I won't be cutting out or editing out any parts because it's supposed to be an authentic video. But basically, I'm gonna be going over my three mistakes that I made when doing my first manga, and hopefully you can avoid them too. And in avoiding them, you can make a far better manga that strikes to the point and all that stuff. My manga was intended to be like an ongoing series, but the way I scripted it made it so hard to continue with, so I just dropped it, and hopefully you won't do the same mistakes. Okay, let's start with the first mistake. And the first mistake is I don't know if I'll upload this as a reel or what, but continue. The first mistake I made was I didn't write a story that I was mm, I was really focused with. Like the story was all over the place, and the story had like too many plots, subplots in it, and it was only the first chapter, so it was kind of misleading and not really structured to how it was supposed to be structured. So it has a lot of loose ends, new plots, new little stories, and it didn't really make sense. So even if I did a chapter 2, it wouldn't really hit the points that it made in chapter 1. So that's why I chose to discontinue my first manga, which was called Till Seal, by the way. Um, I uploaded it on Facebook and on Manga Plus Creators. You can check it out. I wouldn't recommend it other for anything other than the art, because I really think I really delivered on the art. Um, I was I was still learning a bit of the dynamism and all that stuff, which brings us to our second point, which is inconsistent art. Inconsistent art, it's a bit of a difficult topic. Um, but basically, what you need to know about, okay, I'll give you an excuse that I don't think I'm the only one who does this. I think some manga artists do, so you can look this up. But basically, when you're doing a new manga or when you're still new to doing manga, you get to experiment with art styles. What's important is not the art itself, it's more about the story. So if you can tell a story through your art in a good way, then the art won't matter as much. However, it's important to consider the art too, because the art is what hooks the artist into the story. Yeah, it's kind of a hooking factor to the story, so be considerate for the art too. But basically, the art isn't that important, but be consistent with it. Like, have a little consistency in your art style, and that consistency will help you maybe hit the frames that are important with the impact that you want. But don't focus on art that much on less important frames, like on the storytelling, or when there's a dialogue between two characters. Like, focus on camera angles, sure, make it feel more like a movie. That's very good advice I received from Draw Like a Sir. um, you basically think of your manga panels as a movie shot, um, like the panel is the camera view of where your characters are, and like the panels are just like the screen of the camera, and you just see where your characters are, and then from there you draw the angles, and like it gets easier as you practice. It's not like an instant fix, but you can watch a few movies. I wouldn't It's just me, I don't watch movies as much these days, but you can watch movies and reference them, or go to Pinterest, for example, look for cinematic views, and you can implement them in your art. Very simple fix, and it will make your art stand out more in the manga. So be considerate of that. And the final third rule Basically, the rules are non-existent except for how you read the manga. But other than that, don't follow the rules. I know this sounds wrong, it sounds counterproductive, it sounds what, but I've read a bunch of manga and I've seen a couple of manga artists break the rules. Like the paneling doesn't make sense. It's just readable. The manga panels, like there's too much manga panels on a page. There's too little manga panels on a page. There are no sound effects. There are too many sound effects, so there are not really many rules. Some sound effects are in Japanese, some are in English, some are big, some are small, some are barely noticeable, some are too noticeable. So there are no really rules in this in this part of the manga making process. You just need to find your own formula. Just like finding out style, it's about finding what you like to do and then implementing it into your own series, own manga art, own whatever, and then you just move on forward from that. But basically, those are my three mistakes that I made as a manga artist: not bringing out the story, um, being inconsistent with the art, and sticking too much to the rules that did not exist basically. But there are some rules, but I wouldn't focus too much on them. If you make a comic readable, that's all that matters. I would recommend settling down to the rules too much, but I hope you enjoy this video anyways. Maybe I'll make more like this. This is my first video, by the way, so if you could maybe subscribe or like or comment or anything, it would mean the world to me, and hopefully I'll upload more of these if this does well. Like maybe 2 likes, 5 likes, it would be more than enough. But anyways, I'll see you on the next one.